Holy shit! This manga is brutal. They are like, oh my god, man, this manga is brutal. It reminds me of a bit of Aggie or something. But anyway, yeah, they're like stepping on him, right? And they have put this like, you know, like a dartboard or something on his stomach. Like make fun. Oh, this manga! Oh, this manga is crazy, man. He takes his mom's food. Oh my god, this manga, man. He takes his mom's food and he puts like insects on it, and he's like forcing him to eat his mom's, you know, her bento with like, a guy's getting a hand. This manga has got him crazy, man. Like now there's another guy that are trying to like delete him inside the bathroom. Oh, naked mommy! Oh my god! Now you and this art is definitely a hentai art. They actually find his mom doing, you know, AV stuff. Mom out for revenge. So, hello everyone here. Today I want to read and, you know, react and review and write to this new manga called Maria no Danzai. I haven't read the other course, but the premise is about like her son gets bullied, and then he either deletes himself or they just kill him outright. This is something like a very dark manga, okay? This is like seinen 18 plus. This is very, very dark manga. I've seen a little bit of it and this looks very dark. So they might just... But anyway, and now the mom, of course, is like, I will get some revenge, right? So that's an interesting manga, right? I'm pretty sure the artist is like a hentai artist, Hengaka. It looks a lot like, yes, I'm like, the premise looks very like ne to rare. But anyway, if that's gonna be, just subscribe, press the like button, right, and let's start reading the manga. No, she's like feeding the little wiener. Okay, I guess she's like I feel the mom is gonna be a super wholesome mom, but she's probably a yandere mom, you know? She's probably like mama, yeah, she's like mama mom, like, right? She's probably yandere over. So she's feeding these wieners, and then her son comes home. Salute mamman! Yeah. Yeah, she's like feeding the food with the food, man. So Kiritaka Nagare is his name. But yeah, so I think he's gonna die then soon, right? And she's like, oh honey, was school good and so. Yeah, she's like a very, very dedicated mother, right? And I'm gonna guess here, right, in the first page here, but certainly, like unfortunately in most bullying in real life, her son is probably very bullied and she probably knows nothing, right? I think it's pretty clear that the storyline is probably gonna go into that she, you know, doesn't know when he's dead or whatever. She figures out, yeah, like she's like the super wholesome mom, and he probably never tells her that he's being bullied, right? You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, she gives him like his what's it called, like a food lunch obento in Japanese, lunchbox thing, obento, and bam! Holy shit! This manga is brutal. This manga is 80 plus. This manga is seinen, man. Oh fuck me, man. So man, this is like YouTube. I will show you guys. This manga is freaking brutal. Seriously, okay. So that's what happens here, right? Obviously, I censored a bit and copyright well, right? The call say whatever. This is freaking brutal. They are like, oh my god, man, this manga is brutal. It reminds me of a bit of Aggie or something. But anyway, yeah, they're like stepping on him, right? And they have put this like, you know, like a dartboard or something on his stomach, right? And then they are like, you know, kicking him in his stomach or whatever, right? With needles or throwing stuff at him with like, this is some hardcore bullying. This might be the most brutal bullying scene I've seen in a manga. There isn't like a straight up, you know, like a horror manga or something. But this reminds me of, what is it called now again? Not Ito Junji, but Usagawa Waita, whatever his name is, like the grandfather of Guru, whatever. Yeah, this feels like it's that in that wheelhouse, but I can really feel this author has probably done some really good stuff before. And yeah, this is very, very brutal. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, this is not a beating you see normally in a manga, right? So this manga definitely, when she is gonna get revenge, it's gonna be probably pretty crazy. But yeah, so they're beating him up, you know, in the bathroom. They have. So now we see the culprits here, right? Into the name Mutta, Shigi, Kumuru, Gairu. Not too surprising though. No, of course it's gonna be an evil girl. She's like a Gairu. She has to be. Yeah, she's doing all her makeup and everything. It does feel kind of. I mean, this manga is very interesting. It's very brutal, but I will say it was kind of stereotypical that It's just like, for example, if you see in Harem, A Million Waifus or whatever, right? It's always like the guy room is always a bully, you know what I mean? Like, basically, it's always like the hot guy, right? It's like a hot, muscular guy, the smart guy, the mean, smart guy, whatever, right? And then they have some, you know, slutty guy who's like, yeah, kick his ass. It's like, it's always one of those characters. It's always one of these, guy rooms that it's like, you guys are so cool, yeah. It's always one of those, like, cheerleader ladies, you know, with big titties, and like, okay. But yeah, Kumiru Shikami is a guy room. Clearly. This guy's recording it. Tsubasa, yeah. And now, oh shit, man. Now, of course, he like peed himself because, you know, they're like punching him so hard and kicking him, yeah. And now, of course, he loses it because, yeah, of course, now he gets angrier when he, of course, steps on his, of course. And then the girl is laughing, but she looks very typical series of the guy, yeah. Because now she's wearing the mouth, you know, and not like a typical, you know, like mask for, you know, COVID, but like a black one, right? Yeah. So now she looks a typical guy you see in hentai guys or whatever. Yeah. She had to take that thing. She's recording it, and laughing and so on. Okay, I mean, no guy stops him. He's probably the main evil guy. Yeah, here we go. The evil eyes here. She says he's the brain behind it. So I'm gonna guess, right? Because given how brutal this manga is, he probably will kill them, right? This guy probably dies the last. This guy here with like the... Yeah, what's his name again? I'll go up a bit. I mean, I was the first time reading chapters. What's his name? Is that Tsubasa Kovase? I guess. He looks very different in the first panel we introduced. But he seems to be the brain, right? Like he's recording it. I guess that's him, right? And his later he looks very different later, yeah. But he looks like the, you know, the main guy behind it, right? But anyway... Yeah, now he kind of kicks on his mom's food and everything, of course. Yeah, of course. Like, make fun. Oh! This manga! Oh, this manga is crazy, man! He takes his mom's food! Oh my god, this manga, man! He takes his mom's food and he puts, like, insects on it and he's, like, forcing him to eat his mom's, you know, her bento with, like, oh my god, this manga, man! He makes it eat his mom's bento with like bugs on it, right? And then of course they're gonna record it, and he force feeds him the bento while the guy is recording it and he's crying and he's forcing to eat the bugs. Jesus Christ, man, this manga is freaking brutal. Holy. At the side though, I think it's kind of funny that how easy it is to find these bugs. Like in reality, no, you know, I didn't go to Japanese school as a kid, but like, we didn't have any insects, really, in our schools. Outside, sure, but I mean, the hard time imagining, like, suddenly capturing, like, 5 huge insects to put on someone's dinner. That's, like, really complicated. What an effort they probably made to capture those insects. But anyway, yeah, now they're all laughing about it. No, they're 2 different characters. Jesus Christ, man, that's confusing. I see it now, yeah. There's one guy that almost looks like the main bad guy. Yeah, but I said that there are 2 different guys that have almost they have the exact same hairstyle. Okay, that's a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here, that's a little bit issue for the manga. No, yeah, I was like, is it the same guy? No, they look different in the eyes, but they have the exact same hair. Okay? So Subam, this was the main guy is in him, but they have the exact same hair as the other guy. Difference is that one of them hair goes like this, and the other goes like that. You know, like different sides of the like one of them has this thing, the other one has that thing, right? But otherwise they have the exact same hair and so on. Looks almost exactly the same. But now is the first panel when you see them all together, like laughing and you know so on. So you see they're 2 different guys, but they look almost identical. I was like, I have it. That is a little issue, but I guess one will die soon. So that's holy what. And now our guy's getting a hand? This manga has got him crazy, man. Like, now there's another guy that are trying to, like, delete him inside the bathroom. They have a freaking lynch mob going on here, and it's just like, it's not even the main character, it's another character. Yeah, it's another guy. It's a guy with, like, glasses, a Megan guy. And then he goes to the main character and says to him, I'm sorry, I can't show this manga on YouTube, bro. Like, yeah, I'm just like covering it. Maybe I'll do it on Patreon or something. Yeah, I mean, do the full show. I was like, I can show this scene. I'm just blacking it out here, but over me. This guy is like deleting himself. Well, I wouldn't say so. They're more forcing him to do it. Yeah, but he calls the main character and saves him. Or the main character. I mean, he calls the son of the main character before he's dead. But yeah, and saves him right from this thing. So they're also bullying more people too, I guess. But yeah, they expect to see this straight up like. Well, yeah, I mean, I know the premise is that they kill her son, right? And maybe it's even if he like, I think a difference here, right? I'm guessing it, because we comment that for it. But I'm thinking that even if the son, so to speak, commits, suicide, I don't think that's gonna be the same thing as you would imagine, right? Like in other mangas or sad stories with bullying and so on, the kid just might do it, right? And it's of course it's terrible, right? It's terrible, but it happened. They're bullied and so on. But in this storyline, it feels more like in this here in the bathroom that these guys are actively gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna, maybe it's gonna looks like, it's like a fake suicide. I mean, yeah, they're gonna that's how this feels. So no wonder the mom is probably gonna go crazy later when we get further into it. But it feels like they're actually just gonna kill him, right? Not actually. But now it's like you have to take his place then, right? Yeah, you saved his life. You take his place later then, loser. But I'll say one thing here before we go into the storyline. It does feel like this kind of interesting. Yeah, I think it's interesting. This guy with the glasses. Is his name? He's just getting up in the bathroom, and they don't really mention his name here, but he's like, yeah. But anyway, I think this guy here in the bathroom, he might be interested because wouldn't he also want to revenge? Right? If you step see in Inuyashiki, you have the main character's like best friend that is helping the other main character to fight him and so on, right? Because the mom is gonna get revenge, right? The guy with the glasses might still be alive, and he might be her partner in the crime or something. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. He probably knows all the truth, right? He's a second bully victim, right? Anyway, he goes home now. Of course, his birthday. Of course, it's the main character's birthday. Of course, it's main character's birthday. And now he's like, oh yeah, I'm fine, mom. He does have the bruises though. Okay, but now mom should know that he's lying though. He does have the bruises, right? He has the beating in his face. Of course, she can't see that like kicked him in the stomach or so on, but she can. Yeah, so now she should definitely know that, okay, like, he's being beaten and so on. And she's like, yeah, tell me, tell mommy anything. It's like, oh, mom is the best or whatever, right? But certainly, this scene certainly feels, okay, now she's talking to some guys, I guess, trying to maybe investigate something, or his dad something. No, his dad, yeah. But he's out some, okay. Oh, naked mommy! Oh my god! I knew it! This artist definitely is a hentai artist, okay? I knew it, okay. This is a pushing him over the limit. Oh my god, this set up a Netorare hentai. Oh my god. So, mommy does AV stuff, or she's like a soapland woman or something. So now they send. Oh my god, this manga. Oh my god. So now they send. They're sending him pic of his mom, right, doing it. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. This is straight up. I'm just laughing at it. This is how they get him. And now he's gonna jump down, but this is how they get him, right? He's like, oh, it's like his birthday took his Christ. This manga is crazy, but this is how they get the character, right? So this is Maria Danzai, right? And the main, the mom, right, of the main character gets killed by a bullet. This is how they get him to jump, right? They actually find his mom doing, AV stuff, doing porn, right? Sends it to him, and now and then he meets them up at this like outside in the wilderness, right? And the evil main guy shows him his mom, like it is called Okaa-land, and like Okaa-san is like either wife or Okaa-san like mommy land. She's like some kind of MILF AV star. And I shouldn't laugh at this, but his face is like, this is how they get him. He was always like, oh, I can fight these bullies, right? As long as I got my mom with me, they can't stop me or whatever. And then the bullies are like, yeah, but your mom is a porn star or something. And then he jumps, man. Now he jumps and he keeps showing him his mom's AV stuff. This manga is weird, man. And I don't think it's gonna be this fake or something. No, I mean, I'm just reading the first chapter here. I don't think that the main character that they have found like a woman that just looks like his mom. And this art is definitely hand artist, and this feels very, very typical Netorare scene, right? So no. I think that this is straight up is his mom, right? His mom, for whatever reason, is also doing some AV and soapland stuff, right? But they also found somehow. How did they find it? Though? There's like no explanation. How did the bad guys how did they find his mom doing it? But with all that being said, yeah, this feels very hen in the sense that. Typical Netorare hentai, right? There's a lot of this, like, mommy Netorare, right? Like, someone steals your mommy and smashes her there, right? And it definitely is a pretty common, I'll say, whatever, like a genre, right? Of hen stuff where the main character gets bullied, right? Then the bully smashes their mom, right? Yeah. And then usually sends them tapes or whatever. And they might, delete themselves, or they might, so to speak, you just go crazy or whatever, right? Or maybe they end up also getting effed by the bully or whatever, right? So it definitely is very close to that thing, and the whole storyline definitely feels like a typical hardcore Netorare storyline, you know, guy being bullied and then they smash his mom, right? So I will say this feels pretty common. And like I said earlier, this artist has probably done hen stuff before, right? Before this manga, and this is kind of going into the manga stuff, maybe, right? Doing this, and I would imagine they have done similar like Netorare, you know, beta male kind of thing, mangas before. It feels a lot like this is kind of in a wheelhouse. And I'll say as a side note, but we've seen this with a lot of other artists. You know, I remember as a kid, right, reading Air Gear, for example, right, and also of course Tenge from Oh Great. But Oh Great also started by doing, you know, hen stuff, right, and then he went into becoming this like, for a while, a pretty big manga artist, right, having 2 animes and so on, right, almost adding on the same time and so on. This is of course many years ago now, but he was pretty big, and it was similar with Air Gear too. How Air Gear, as I mentioned in the video, Air Gear is very similar to the start of this manga, where they get bullied, a girl gets raped, and so on. It's a very, very hard, weird chapter in Air Gear. And actually, Air Gear kind of goes down, actually, in brutality, and then it goes up again. But the beginning is actually more brutal, then it kind of melts out, right? And that's probably because the author, Oh Great, he came in, right, being like, oh, I used to do like, you know, kind of hardcore, you know, hen stuff, right? And now I'm gonna try to do a shonen manga. So he didn't really, you know, he didn't really succeed in that. Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, of course gonna be an R-scene. Yeah, he was kind of hard, right, so to speak, in the beginning. And this feels kind of similar with the artist here. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, very likely it's done, you know, similar hen stuff with like mommy hen stuff, whatever, right? And now it's like, okay, I'm gonna Netorare Okaa-san and whatever. But anyway, he jumps then, and now I guess he dies. So you see the last part. Did they make him jump, right? Kind of provoke him that the whole mom is a porn star, yeah. That's how they make him jump, right? And of course the guy who's on recording it. But that's the thing, right? They're not like actively, they're not like straight up killing him in that sense, right? But yeah, he makes him like jump off this like really high place, right? Which will of course, you know, so that's what I meant earlier. He definitely isn't just like, I mean, I think it's a very important to point out, right? It is not like, I think in most of these bullying storylines, this manga is much more brutal, right? Because, like I said earlier, normally, right, the character will be bullied, and then they delete themselves, of course, because of mass bullying, right? But this guy is being bullied, and then they literally taking him to the jump. Like, here is the bridge. Jump down here, bitch, you know, this kind of stuff. Yeah, pushing down, basically, right? And, you know, that whole thing. Yeah, here's your mom fucking getting hammered by some cock. Yeah, and basically, yeah, and it's like, you know, basically, like, getting that up here for him. So, this is very different, right? Like I said earlier, yeah, it's very different. It's much more darker, right, you know? Because normally, you know, they bully them, and then they, you know, do it by themselves and sideline. Again, of course, it's tragic. It happens in real life every day, unfortunately, right? But this, of course, is way worse when the bully is literally, like, taking you to the bridge, like, jump, you know, like, yeah, jump from the bridge, you know, that is way worse, yeah. So, there's no wonder Mom is gonna get, yeah. But Mom is close, though. Oh, of course, you're gonna see him die, right? Yeah. Mom is coming here. She's gonna, of course, find him. Oh, yeah, here we go. She finds him when he's landed. He's still alive, but Mom is screaming. He has, of course, he's alive from the jump. Oh, and then he hits by a truck. Of course, Mom has to come in and see him die, right? Of course, Mom has to come in and see him die. We have to go brutality maximized here. She couldn't just, like, get the news from the cops tomorrow. Oh, someone killed your son. No. She has to see him literally get killed by this truck. Truck driver is, of course, randomly hitting him here. Yeah, and then he dies. And Mom touches his like intestine. Man, this manga is brutal. And she's like grabbing his body part. Like, what the fuck? This manga is crazy. Yeah, and it's like, what? And then they are like, some of them are screaming. Yeah, the other 4 are screaming, but the main bad guy's like, yeah, he died. I mean, obviously the main guy, Okuya, he's like, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, but the other 4 guys are. And like I said earlier, I bet you that Okuya, right, the main leader, he's gonna be the last to die, right? Mommy will certainly kill the other, like, non-ringleaders first, right? And he's gonna be the last one. But he's just enjoying it, right? He's like, I need a new pet now. He's like enjoying it. And Mom is screaming, they're crying. And yeah, there's Dad trying to talk to her. She's crying in the bed. I mean, maybe Dad's gonna be involved too. I don't know. I mean, Dad's probably gonna be a character. You know, trying to talk to her or whatever. Right? He's probably gonna be a supportive character, but probably won't help out killing them. But he's probably gonna appear. Okay. But Dad is working with his stuff though, so he might. Oh, she's like shopping some food now. Hits her own. Oh, I see. It's like Yandere mode! Here we go, Yandere mom, yeah, she's like chopping food, right? And she hits her own fingers and the blood comes out. Not like she's like, yeah, now she's like, slap! Yeah, it's like Yandere mom, she's like, I will get revenge, yeah. And now she's like, I will kick their ass. Now she's gonna find the video or something. Yeah, I guess she's gonna find the recording, what they did to him, something like that. He's finding his, I don't know, his son's like his diary, his journal. Yeah, okay. So he's finding, here we go, yeah, finding USB. And now they're like killing his rabbit or something. Man, this manga is brutal, man. This is really brutal. I can't wait to see the later chapter where she's gonna kill them, right? Because, yeah, this is like, they're killing his rabbit or something. You don't see it, but they're holding his rabbit. I guess they killed his like pet or something. Like, what is this? Yeah. And then, yeah, destroying this stuff. Now, of course, like, beating him, striking him. So didn't even see the worst stuff. No, actually, what she saw here is actually real. Actually, the recording she's seeing is actually way less brutal than what we saw. Yeah, mostly the bottom thing is the weirdest thing. And then there's kind of the basic thing, like taking his underwear or whatever. But so on, right? But of course, you can see all the guys in the. She can see all of them in the recording, right? Yeah, and Okaa. Interesting enough, though. Obviously, the main bad guy, Okaa, he's actually not in the videos. Yeah, he's clearly the main evil guy. Pretty smart, because if you actually all of Mom's videos now, when she's looking at her son being bullied, none of them actually has that guy in them. Yeah, so he's always been the guy like not on the tape. He's a smart guy, man. Yeah, he's been hiding himself. Is everyone except him, right? The guy who's a lot in these tapes. I guess he's back, maybe. Yes, he's definitely a smarter guy. But Mom probably figures out, yeah, it's like different USB, different people, different recordings. But Mom's gonna figure it out. He's leading these like notes here, who's bullying him and so on, right? Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, now it's a bug thing again. Okay, yeah, now Mom is like, I'm gonna fucking kill them. Yeah, now she's getting like a Yandere evil smile, like, oh, I'm getting this bastard. And is that how it ends? No. She's a nurse now, of course. Mom is gonna infiltrate as a sexy nurse, a sexy doctor. but yeah, Saint Maria, the infirmary. So okay, so Mom's plan in the end here is to like, I guess, come in here, right? Let's take that look at Mom's last panel, right? She comes in as the doctor, Saint Maria. Yeah, she's gonna, I guess, infiltrate. I mean, she has, as we saw, right? Mom is an actor. Yeah, she got that MILF body, right? So I guess she's gonna infiltrate as some kind of like, oh, I'm gonna be the school's new, doctor, the sensei or whatever. Yeah, the medicine woman at the school. I see that all anime mangas, right? They have a typical, usually a woman, of course, that is the school doctor or school nurse or whatever, right? Yeah. So Mom's gonna come in there, she got the MILF body. Yeah. That's like a really brutal manga, one of the most brutal I ever read in my life. Chapter 1, I mean, seriously, incredibly brutal. Every scene was dark as hell, man. It's very, very dark manga, right? Extremely dark. I said it twice, I guess, during the reaction part, but I think it's very important that he didn't just, delete himself. They actually basically pushed him down, right? Not saying that, just because if you're bullied doing that thing, it's just much better, but it clearly shows you the severity of how bad these bullies were, right? They were not like, I think it really comes to that. They are much worse than the normal bullies, because, they literally kind of went there and pushed him down the jump, right, so to speak, right? So that's way worse, way worse, right? It means that they were literally trying to kill him, right? Which they actually did, right? So yeah, straight up like that. But of course, they probably won't get convicted for it. Just like we saw with the hanging scene earlier, like with the other kid, right? Which probably could be, yeah. They're basically like forcing them to commit, fake. So it's just a fake, right? Yeah. It's basically a fake thing. Same thing with the guy in the bathroom. If he had died there, they could have said, oh no, he deleted it. No, but like you actually, put him up there. You didn't just give him the rope. You literally like forced him to get into the rope. Yeah, you beat him up and put him into the rope. Yeah, so it's like they're clearly just like doing the bullshit. But yeah, I think that guy's gonna return later. It would be fun if Mom smashes him, because now Mom is presented as this like porn star or whatever. Yeah. She has done AV stuff and worked at a soapland as a lady of the night to speak before, right? It would be fun if Mom like seduces his bullied friend, because she probably knows who he is, right? If you read his journal, like, oh, this guy is his best friend, he's a bully too. It would be fun if Mom is like, oh, I feel sorry about this older kid, my son's bestie, I'm gonna sleep with him or something. He would have surprised me with this full-on Yandere mode. He's like, you know, she's kind of casual when it comes to intercourse. She's like, yeah, I can sleep with this guy, and also of course then make him help her, right, get the revenge on. I don't know how fast this story will go, but it doesn't feel this story like it be that long, right? It might be a super long manga, but you know, I don't think it'll be that long because she feels very determined. She probably will kill one of them pretty early, and I also feel that the author, right, because this a very like revenge kind of murder revenge. Murder, revenge porn, whatever it's called, revenge porn storyline, right? You wanna enjoy the revenge, right? So I do think that mom has to kill one of them pretty rapidly in the coming chapters, whereas the reader, me or whatever, is gonna feel like, oh come on, like nothing's happening, she never gets revenge, you know. I think we need her to see her succeed and like get a win, right, pretty early, pretty quickly in the storyline, probably. I could see it also sleep with them, seriously though. Yeah, this feels like a very hen-is dark manga, right? And she's coming in as this attractive, you know, oh, I'm the hot MILF, working here at the working here at the school. She also might seduce the bad guys, right, to of course get them, right? Yeah, definitely, that's actually happening too, yeah. Like sleeping with the Okaa and like stabbing him or something. Yandere Mother, you know, I can see it happening definitely. But certainly the main bad guy will survive the longest, yeah. So I think she will probably kill one of the other kids. Not the woman, they only had one guy, or they only had one girl, right? So they probably, like the fat kid, something, yeah, there's like one fat guy, they probably gets him. Or maybe the other guy that looks at the main bad guy. Yeah, earlier. But anyway, yeah, it's interesting manga, definitely. Definitely. It absolutely feels very similar to a lot of hentai. Absolutely, like it 100% feels very hen, right? It's just more than the brutality that the character actually dies. But I mean, there's a lot of hand that happens too, I guess. But when it actually is more visual, focused on that, and that's why I think this manga might be really good, right? When it comes further on here, because it certainly feels like mom is gonna really, really get revenge. You know what I mean? And actually, I think that could be a big thing in this manga. I wonder if she's just gonna kill them. I think that'd be pretty boring, right? She probably will you know, like kind of like, oh, I'm gonna torture them or something. Yeah, I feel like she's gonna like really like, oh, yeah, this bastard, I'm gonna cut off her fingers or whatever. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a very, very, you know, brutal revenge, in my opinion, right? I think that's gonna happen. At least that's what I hope for. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess it depends on the character. The final bad guy, he probably gets a really, really brutal scene. But I can see this manga, given how she can like grab the body parts, I can see that this manga is gonna go into like, oh, she's gonna have like a full chapter. She's like she in the guy room. She's just like, oh, I'm gonna get every fingernail or whatever. This might be a very dark manga, yeah. She's just like every fingernail, bitch. You know, I mean that actually happening. Anyway, guys, hope you guys like that review. Subscribe, and have a great day.